Hi everyone, my name is Justice. I work as a business developer for CodeLane. CodeLane is a startup based in Accra in Lagos, and we do three things. We hire developers for clients, for software developers for clients. We also test developers for clients. So any developer that we hire for you has been rigorously tested by us, so we can verify them before we give them to you as a client. And we also have a third component, which is if you want us to build any software or any product for you, we have the expertise to get that done for you. So these are the three things that I do for CodeLane. And aside doing that for CodeLane, I also work as a digital marketing consultant for a few businesses around. So um, what does that role entail? That role basically means is I consult on how businesses online presence should be like. So your social media presence, how your posts should be like, how to relate to your clients or your customers online, some of the things that you have to do online to make sure that you further your business. So basically, what I'm going to discuss is how I get to manage these two things. I think working in the tech sector, I think one of the things that I've learned so well to do is time management. And one of the I think it works for me is scheduling my week, all my meetings booked in, and so I know what to do within the week and how to go around it. So once I'm done with my free work, my work, like my full time work, I get to do my consulting things that I get to do. And I think one of the things that I've noticed about most Ghanaian businesses is they want to be online, but they feel like it's too expensive to be online. And my advice I always say to them is it's either you are ready to be online or you are not. So you can't do it halfway. You just have to make sure you invest fully into your online presence and then you roll with it. One of the benefits that you always get from online presence is the internet reaches a wider audience, and you can be in Ghana, your clients can be all over the world. And this is the doing of the internet. So you can't afford to look only at your four walls of the country. You can aspire to reach people across the world, and also you get to benefit from a huge community. So as a business that you trying to raise clients, so once somebody buys or purchases from you, they join your community. So you have to make sure that they become repeat buyers or repeat users of your service. So a very engaging online presence makes them do that. And I think time management is key in anything techy. You have to make sure that you're taking your meetings on time. You have to make sure that you really work with your time so that you don't lack. For me, basically, I think my full-time job takes a lot of my time, obviously, but I've been able to schedule my time in such a way that I could consult for people on the side so that I don't lose focus on the work that I'm doing, and also I don't let my consulting take over the full-time work. So one of the key things that I always tell people is schedule your time properly. So in a week, I my Google Calendar, I know that this week I'm doing this and this on this day. So I'm booked for this day. I'm taking this meeting on this day. So I am able to do other things that would also further myself. So I think as a business or as an entrepreneur, you have to be conscious of your time. You also have to be conscious of the work that you do. Certain works don't require you to work remotely, for like some of us do. Some of the works require you to work from 9 to 5 in a specific place. So I think for those things, you have to maybe use your weekends to do your consulting or any other thing that you want to do. For me, per se, as a digital marketer, I get to work with clients. So the week before, I schedule everything that I have for the week for the client. I go through that with the client and then I schedule it online. So when the time comes for the post to be up, it goes up. So I don't necessarily have to be posting every day. So those are one of the tools that is helping me to also work around time management. So I think once you are able to know the tools that work for you, you go with it. For me, I think Hootsuite works better if even for their free plan, you get to use three social media accounts. So if you are managing accounts that are three, you can go around it. The only difficulty will be Instagram, where once it's gone, you have to do push notification for it to go live on your page. So for that, it always gives you a notification on your phone for you to do that. Aside that, I think any other thing you can remotely do it, and you don't necessarily have to have a physical presence. The only thing that I feel is businesses have you need to talk to your clients, have like a content calendar for anything that you do. So everything that you do within the month, you have a calendar that has all the content. So you do that ahead, and then it saves you a lot of time day to day, and you can use your daytime to do other things and also to build yourself as an entrepreneur. And I believe those are some of the things that I'm doing now that is helping me with working full time and also doing consulting on the side. Thank you. So I've made it such a way that my full time job, it's 9 to 5. So within those hours, I'm supposed to. So I have KPIs to meet at the end of each month. But for me, I've built also a KPI for the day. So I know this day I'm doing this work the whole from this time to this time, and up to that time I have to be done with it. And once I'm done with those duties. I think I use the other time I get to engage in other consulting jobs. I make sure that my consulting job doesn't crash with my full time job. My company, basically the work I do is business development, and largely it runs on sales. And as a digital marketer, I've been trained to be able to sell things properly. So I think I have the ability to sell my company. So with that, I make sure that my work doesn't crash. So for that, I know that this is the work I'm doing for my business, and on the side, those businesses that I consult for usually don't do anything related to my work. So it helps me, and I have to be honest with the company I consult for, that I have a full time job, and this is a consulting thing that I'm doing. So they always are aware that they don't have to expect me or every time that they need me, and this buys me time to work on my full time job. And I think you have to weigh the economic situation in the country and see how best you as an entrepreneur you can grow yourself and maximize the every opportunity that comes your way. So one of the challenges is people um, actually think being online is a waste of time. So they are like, oh, these are the sakawa things that you do. But um, those are people who really don't understand the direction that the world is going now. I feel tech presents us a brilliant opportunity to do so many things. Formerly, in Ghana, if you're a business, you will only be known in the four walls of the country. And aside being on maybe a radio, a TV commercial, or being on a billboard, there's no avenue to reach a wider people within your locality. So with the advent of the internet, you get to do that, which is a good thing. You spend less on ads on internet, you as compared to what you would spend on maybe traditional media, and you get to reach a wider audience within a wider scope too. So I think for me that the benefits of being on the internet outweighs the bad as people see to it. Even though some of the misconceptions are not true, I think when they see the kind of work that goes into having an online presence and having taken your internet presence seriously, then they begin to appreciate some of the things that you do for them. I say take your social media presence seriously. Why do I say that? As a starting business, you obviously wouldn't have enough funds to do a lot of promotions, radio ads, and all those things. So your social media presence can be your starting point. And once you have a command of your online presence and you start there and you get to grow it the right way, you get to get businesses from people, and even you get to reach people that you ordinarily wouldn't reach if you don't do that. And I think social media is a beautiful tool. It's a beautiful tool for us to use to reach a wider audience. And those are the things that I think once you pay attention to, it could be you can start small. Every business starts small. It doesn't require a lot of money to have an online presence. So once you start small, you grow as your business grows.